Shalom, 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 giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yehoshai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of great Lord. We are coming back at you with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yehoshai. Late night walk and talk in the hills and the gullies. One of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite spots, one of my favorite places to be. Around my favorite time of day. Still a little bit of light, but it's getting darker. But the view of the street lights, the city lights in the background, I like it. It's about that time of day, my favorite time of day. So yeah, man, we're just getting to hitting some precepts after that little workout. Nice, I feel good. My adrenaline's slowing down, but it's still pumping. So some ideas was coming to me while I was going around the circuit, the trail. Some ideas was coming to me. I'm going to bring out a couple of precepts on wisdom and what to do when you feel that you're lacking in wisdom. You know, wisdom is the true wisdom. Not the wisdom of the world, but the wisdom of the Lord, the wisdom from above. That's what we're asking for, the divine wisdom from on high. Just like the blueprint, what we get the blueprint from the wise man King Solomon that grew into a wise king. The young man King Solomon that grew into a wise, wealthy, rich king, with a load of proverbs that we learn from Yehoshai, in the spirit, in the reincarnation. So yeah, we're asking for that wisdom, man. We need it. We're still behind enemy lines. We request it for sincerity and in truth. It's kind of windy. Abarat Azar might have to speak up a little bit, but the wind and the breeze is much appreciated. After my I feel like I got an aura around me. We call it a halo, a halo after that workout. But let's hit some precepts quickly, because today was forecast with rain, and it held off, but it could come down at any moment. The rain could come down at any moment. So we'll hit these precepts. Maybe it might be a quick one, maybe it might not be. It might be a quick video, maybe not. But Abarat Azar, I'm going to hit these precepts out. So if any one of us is lacking in wisdom, this is what James said we should do. Oh, and the title is Testing Your Faith. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yehoshai, a Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall unto divers temptations, knowing that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and enter wanting nothing. Here's the kicker. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth all men liberally, and unbrideth not, and it shall be given him. So yeah, man, that wisdom is we need it, and I know I need it, and I need it generously, liberally, generously, unbountifully. When it comes to my everyday life, when it comes to dealing with spirits in my local area, and in the area and at the area. And the scriptures talk about wisdom. It has a lot to say about wisdom. Let's hit a couple of precepts more about what it has to say about wisdom. The scriptures have to say about wisdom. In Proverbs chapter 8, starting from 1, it says, Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? He's talking about Sophia, our beloved wife. Abarat Azar. We cling to Sophia. Yeah? She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the enter of the city, and at the coming in the at the doors. Yeah, man, and that you could we could fit well into that. What we do with these words, the words of wisdom, with the banner that the Most High gave us on the highways, on the byways, and it also goes into that in Proverbs. I think it's 1:20. How wisdom crieth out in the gates, and we're crying out in the gates of the nobles, wherever we may be. This truth is there, man, 24/7, around the clock, in all the countries, almost all the countries, you name it, and a lot of the states over there in America, where Judah, primarily Judah, the head tribe, went in and brought it out. Our pioneers, our elders and apostles, and it's still crying out now. She crieth, Proverbs chapters 8 and 2. She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the enter of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Yeah, and who is it crying out to? We just looked at in James, talking about, I'll read it, for unto you men I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. Yeah, wisdom's crying out to us, man, for us to learn and grow. That's what wisdom does for us. When we take it in, take it to heart. The wise man, our forefather, King Solomon, he was a young man, and he understood the fact that being a shepherd, a king, a man of the Lord, a righteous man, through the seed of his father David, coming back as Yehoshua, he knew the importance of having wisdom to rule in sincerity and in truth, to shepherd, to discern, to be able to discern between the truth and the lie, the sincere and the insincere, to make judgments, just decisive judgments. And that's also brought out in Psalms 2, because we're called to be judges ultimately. Yeah, don't matter how insignificant you may feel that you are, if you're of that number, if you're of the elect, you are called, and you are going to be judging. There's actually scriptures talk about we're going to be judging angels. So we're called to a high position. We are called to a high position, and this is all training what we're getting right now. I'll read it again, Proverbs 8 and 2. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. Right, he's calling to the men, man. This is the elect men that are selected from the beginning, from the first roots. Yeah, we're selected. Abarattas are. We want to be those men, man. Humbly, we say we're of that number. Humbly, we the hopeful elect. That's what we call ourselves, the hopeful elect. But he's calling to us, man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of understanding, of an understanding heart. Herefore I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. Yeah, when you gain that wisdom, when it seeps down into the body, trickles down into the heart, in the veins, all throughout the body, you're going to be oozing. Abarattas are, yeah? You're going to be oozing. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is in an abomination to my lips. You're going to be oozing with truth, and you're going to hate abominations even more. And I was just observing the predicament that our people are in, and it's not nice to see, but there's only one solution, talking about our people, yeah, the so-called black people, our people, the 2/3, there's only one solution, which that's all predestined to. They're going to have to be deleted, man, euthanized, because they ain't bringing forth nothing good, man, no good fruits. But they actually, the scriptures talk about their hair in vain, yeah. So they're going to get our so-called our people, which really they're not really our people, really they're bastards to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Talks about that in Hebrews 6. the chapter 6 talks about how he's abandoned them. They're no longer his children. They're bastards to him. They're gonna get the same judgment as the red people. You know, UEs. They're gonna get the same judgment because he looks at them as the same. Their father is now the E's. That's their father, and it goes into that in John chapters 8 that they are of their father the devil. We're talking about the so-called 2/3. So they're going to get the same judgment. The 2/3, the wicked of our people, are going to get the same judgment as the Edomites, the E's them, so-called white people, because they're bastards to Yahweh Shem Yeshua. And as I was looking and meditating and thinking about it, it has to happen, man. It has to happen. They have to be deleted because they're into so much wickedness. And it's not good to see, but it's just the truth. And it's not good that that's going to happen. But when they come back, it talks about that in Daniel chapter 12. When they come back, man, you know, they're going to be in their right mind. And that could well include some of our relatives, some maybe close relatives or distant relatives, you know. But when they will be back, you know, they will be back, man, in their right mind. That was the only solution. That is the only solution. But for us now, we have that hope, like I said earlier in my video. We have a hope. That's what strives us, keeps us striving on, keeps us pushing, keeps us going. The hope, yeah, because we're children of hope. We have a hope like no other people on the planet, that no other nation has. None of the Goyim nations or the Edomite nations, the Smilat people. We have a hope. Let the train pass. Looks like it's a long one too. And when I was over here, not just the other day, I think it's a bit more nicer, a bit more humid. It was getting windy, but it's a bit more, seems a bit more humid now, this time round than last time. And there was some kind of noise all over there in the background. Sound like a fox fight, or a cat fight, or some kind of fight. The last time I was over here. So as I was saying, man, yeah, that's the only solution for the 2/3. But the elect are predestined from the beginning, and we have a hope like no other. Abaratazar, man. Let's carry on. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. So we're gonna be oozing truth. Yeah, when we get those new bodies. You know, these bodies are chains of darkness right now. We can only do so much and obtain so much. But when we get those new bodies, we're going to be oozing truth, justice and righteousness. And we're going to become more and more like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Ba'ashem, Yehoshai. More like them. So we're looking forward to that. That's the hope that we have, that no other nation, no other people have. And we say it humbly, that we stay humble to know those things. This truth is a high level of, it puts you on a high level, man. Let me carry on reading, man. On the theme of wisdom, yeah? This truth, learning these precepts, changes your life, it makes you a better person. And this wisdom puts you on a higher vibration, a higher level. And you have to always keep asking for humility. The more we learn and the more we grow in this truth, because you can become over righteous, man, and start to have disdain for people. But we don't want to be over righteous, man, and we don't want to look down on these people too much. We don't know who's who right now. You know, who's going to be selected. Abaratazar, we have to remember that we have to endure ourselves to the end, because nobody knows really who's who. Oh, brother, I was speaking to a brother earlier on, and he made a very good point. And Abaratazar, always remember what he said. And shout out to that brother. He said, we have to be humble because we still don't really know who's who. Who is who? And we have to just keep praying. And I pray that I'm one of the seed of the righteous. One of the seed of the righteous. Abaratazar, I'm one of the elect that is chosen to do righteousness and to endure Matthew 13 and Matthew 24 and 13, that endures to the end in righteousness and truth, because we love truth, man. Abaratazar were those men, that stand on truth and endure right to the very end. Yeah? The race is not for the swift, but who can endure it. So that should make us remain humble. That's the whole purpose of the Most High not revealing to each individual at this moment in time, at the beginning of the race, who's who, because we might become proud. And if we thought we was definitely in that number, definitely saved, we could become proud and over-righteous about much. But that keeps us humble, remembering that. James chapter 3 and 17 says, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Yeah, like I say, this wisdom that we're getting from the Most High, we must keep asking and not forget to, because He will give it to us liberally. And I remember asking for wisdom from the time I was in the Christian church, and it can take you places, man. Let me just say it like that. Wisdom can take you places. Wisdom changes your life. Yeah, and I was asking for wisdom while I was in the Christian church. I remember begging for wisdom, man. I lacked wisdom, and I was self-aware that I knew that I needed it. And it's got me out of the Christian church. And now I'm here. And I'm here because of the Most High. Abaratazar, I'm here because of the Most High. Because no man can come to the Lord unless the Most High calls him. And John chapter 6 goes into that. No man come to the Lord unless the Most High, Yahweh calls him. But I was asking for wisdom, and it brought me out of the Christian church. But like I say, it's about enduring to the end. But wisdom takes you places. Wisdom from above. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy, important qualities here, yeah, good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Yeah, so we're not hypocrites. It takes us far from being hypocrites, like being around those Christians in the Christian church. Big hypocrites, yeah, actors, not really about that life. Wouldn't die for their brethren, wouldn't die for their friend. But we learn through studying Yahweh and other prophets, following him, how in Hebrews chapters 12, he endured shame and he despised shame and endured to the end, seeing the joy that was before him. So he was narrow, he was one-track mind, you could say, or focused because of the love that he had and the blood that he shed for his people. He was focused, focused on doing the will of the Lord. Wisdom can take you places. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercies and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And we can't say we haven't got role models to follow. Yeah, we can't say we haven't got good examples to follow. All the prophets and Abaratazar were those men coming back. We can't say we haven't got good examples and we haven't got the blueprint. So wisdom can take you places. Isaiah 33 and 6 says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. Yeah, wisdom and knowledge is what we're going to need from now right down to Jacob's trouble and right through Abaratazar. When things start to fall around, the house of cards is coming tumbling down now as we speak, but the house of David is growing in stability, because wisdom keeps you stable. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the house of cards, the house of Saul, and the house that is built upon the sand is coming tumbling down right before as we speak. But the house of David says, stability of thy times. Yeah, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, because the wise man built his house upon the rock, but the foolish man built his house upon the sand. That's why we shall be stable, Abaratazar, and of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Wisdom is the fear of the Lord. True wisdom is that fear of the Lord. And fear of the Lord takes you places. Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yoshai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. We're going to hit a couple more. Proverbs chapters 4 and 5 says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from thy words of my mouth. Forsake her not. Again, Sophia. That's the wife that we want to embrace. That wife, Sophia. That's the other word, the feminine word for wisdom. Yeah. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Yeah. Wisdom is the principal thing, right? What is the principal thing? Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Yeah, man. That's what we're seeking. That's what we want. It preserves a life. Wisdom takes us places. Yeah. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor. Wisdom takes us places. When thou doth embrace her, she shall give to thine head an ointment of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Wisdom does take you places. She shall give to thine head an ointment of grace. A crown of glory she shall deliver to thee. And that's what I was meditating on. Running around, doing my marathon run. I was meditating, and I felt as though there was like I usually do after a jog, I feel as though there's a halo around me. I find it very, I said it earlier, for me, you got the trampolining, you got the walking, you got the running. That's very, very, I would say it's the best painkiller. Because once upon a time I used to take painkillers, and I no longer take them. I found that this is the best painkiller. Walking, exercising, meditating on positivity, meditating on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai is the best painkiller. And giving praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai is a very good painkiller. And meditating on our future. Abaratazah. And when Yahweh Shai gets his glory, you know, we get our glory. But we praise and we look forward to the time when Yahweh Shai, that's why we sanctify his name, gets his crowns. And we, Abaratazah, hopefully we will endure to the end that we can also get those crowns placed on our heads. That's in Revelation. So we're looking forward to that time, but we can't let no one rob us of our crowns, man. Yeah? 9 again. She shall give to thine head an ointment of grace and a crown of glory. She shall deliver to thee. That's that crown of glory, because ultimately we're going to be judges, man. We're going to be judging. We're going to be judging angels, man. If you can receive it, as insignificant as you may feel, if you're of that number, you and I, Abaratazah, are going to be judging angels. That's why we consistently ask for wisdom. Wisdom takes us places. That's going to be the title of this video. So we're going to end with the last one here. Psalms 2 and 10 says, be wise now, therefore, ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. We're going to be judging. We're going to be judging angels. Abaratazah. We endure to the end. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoicing and with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and perish from thy way. When his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yoshai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and perish from thy way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Yeah, man. I wanted to just bring out those couple of precepts on wisdom. How important wisdom is while we're behind enemy lines, while we're serving in the Lord, and it takes us places. It takes you out of different dilemmas that you may find yourself in, or can prevent you from even getting into dilemmas in the first place. But we must apply it, and we must ask the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai for it, because he does give liberally, like it says in James James chapter 1. Be wise now, therefore, ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoicing and with trembling. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Bakar, Kodash. Because wisdom is the prime thing. With all that I get wisdom. And we're talking about the wisdom that is from above, divine wisdom. So we're going to end with this one, the last one. This used to be my favorite precept, and I'm gonna bring it back again. Yeah, I'm gonna renew it. I'm gonna recondition it and put it back on get the dust off of it, recondition it and polish it up, and put it back in the front of the queue. James chapters 1 and 5 says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Keep asking, because the Most High gives wisdom. Ask him for that wisdom, and he gives liberally. And as I was saying, wisdom well and truly takes us places. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, putting the spirit on me to do a video once again. And yes, Yahshua Allah is rising up, man. He's rising up. And we want to endure to the end. That's the main thing. So keep asking for wisdom to the Lord, and he will give liberally and generously. Shalom, give our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Until the next one, we out.